Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Being Aromantic While Not Asexual. I'm Nik Hampshire, and today's topic is dating. And then you're like, hey, I thought you were aromantic. You don't do romance. Why would you date? Your boy likes to fuck. I don't know how else to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still like to be sexual with people, and you typically need to date to get to the sex part, right? You know what I'm saying? And also, to be honest, like, dating doesn't have to be romantic. You know what I mean? You can casually date. You can, like, two people can go out and have fun together as a couple of people, but not, like, romantically intertwined. You know what I'm saying? I've been casually dating for years now, and it's been a lot of fun. You know what I mean? And sometimes it leads to sex, and that's fun, and sometimes it doesn't, and it's just for two people hanging out. And that's cool, you know what I mean? Like, there doesn't have to be, like, just going out on a date, just like it doesn't have to end in sex, it doesn't have to end in or include romantic attraction and interest, you know what I'm saying? Now, you do have to be careful, because if you are an aromantic person and you are trying to date an allo-romantic person, or that's like a person that does feel romantic attraction, they can't always control whether they're going to be feeling those romantic feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've kind of discussed this once before, but the analogy or metaphor that I'd like to use is like your brain's kind of like a computer, right? And so it's constantly sorting everything that you experience into different folders for easy recollection later, right? And so as an aromantic person, I have no romance folder. It's just not there. So everything that like allo romantic person is experiencing, like physically, you know, I'm also experiencing the same thing physically. So if we're out for a walk, or, you know, we're like laying in bed cuddling, or we're having sex, whatever it may be, like physically we are both experiencing that same experience together. It's the same exact set of events that we're both doing, right? But what's going on in our brains is different. So all of that stuff is getting sorted to like, oh, this is what friends do, or like, this is what sexual partners do, or, you know, like these are the different things that get sorted into different parts that are not romantic. But an allo-romantic person might be experiencing these things, and because all of the other times they've experienced those things, they've been romantic, that's what's getting triggered for them, is like while they're experiencing these things. So like when I cuddle with somebody, it's just like as a friend, or maybe we're cuddling and we're going to have sex soon. Like it's kind of those two things only, really. Whereas a allo-romantic person would be cuddling and they'd be like, oh, like I'm feeling like this is like getting filtered into my romantic folder, and so they can't help themselves. They are going to be feeling romantic about it, and that's where things can get really tricky. Where as an aromantic person, I just always felt very responsible to make sure that like I was communicating very clearly up front, like what my expectations were before we like hang out, go on a date, whatever you want to call it. Hey, I'm aromantic. That means that I will not feel romantic attraction towards you. I'm not going to fall in love. I'm not looking for a relationship in any capacity. I just like to like you seem like a fun person to hang out with. Let's go to the amusement park. Let's go, you know, watch a movie. Or hey, like, listen, you know, I'm aromantic. I don't do relationships because that's just not like I can't do romantic relationships. But I am interested in you. I think that you're really attractive, and you know, if you're interested or open to like, you know, casual hookups and stuff like that, like maybe we can sort something out. Like, it's just, you make it very clear what you are capable of, what your wants and needs are. Just lay them out on the table. You know what I'm saying? So that way any potential partner can be like, oh, this is what you're like offering. Like, you know what? Like, I'm actually looking for something more serious. Or like, hey, like I know that I'm a really romantic person, so I can't really get involved with a non-romantic person because I will end up getting hurt. Like, that's what hopefully any potential partners that are allo-romantic will say. And that's kind of the option that I like to give them. Because I've definitely, like, I've experienced this situation where, like, physically, there's clearly an attraction, you know? Like, we're making those eyes and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, we want to hang out. We know, you know, shit gonna be popping. But before we get to that, and even though I might be shooting myself in the foot because I really want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that they know what I'm capable of and what I'm offering, because I don't want to risk them getting hurt. Especially because hopefully most of you guys are spending time with, going on dates with, or hooking up with people that you genuinely like to spend time with. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the people that I go on casual dates with, they're typically my friends, whether they're new friends or not. Like, they're someone I would then consider a friend. Like, I like who they are as a person. That's what is making me attracted to them physically as well, you know? And I don't want to waste my time with somebody, like, if I'm just physically attracted to you, but I don't want to hang out with you as a person and be friends with you. Well, like, I have friends that are like physically attractive and I want to hook up with them, and I like spending time with them. So why would I spend time with somebody that's just attractive but I don't like? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that like nothing that I do comes off as like duplicitous, or like I have ulterior motives, or that I'm leading anybody on in a way that they feel was unexpected. So I'm always just very upfront, be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm capable of, and I think that, you know, that would be dope between us. And they've been like physically there with me too. You know, they've been, oh, like I'm attracted to you too. Like, yo, let's get it going. But then here's what I'm offering. They can look at that and they'd be like, oh, you know what? Like, I don't think I could really maintain that. I know that I fall really easily for people and I don't want to get my feelings hurt. So like, maybe it's best that we don't. And then we don't, we don't hook up because we can avoid that, incompatibility and like the drama down the road. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that kind of sucks because we both really wanted to hook up, but for like, so that we can stay friends and to make sure that they've made a good responsible decision for themselves, and I'm obviously going to respect that and still hang out with them because people have value outside of what they can give you for sex. You know what I'm saying? Now I will say you can't always control what's going to happen. So a person like an alloromantic person I've been involved with, and they said that they weren't gonna, that they knew what was going on. They did their best not to catch the feels, but as I understand it, coming from someone that doesn't experience the feels, y'all sometimes still catch the feels. You know what I'm saying? And like, the thing is, people can get kind of, they get hurt. You know what I mean? Because obviously I told them I can't reciprocate those feelings. And they get hurt. And I've had some partners that are very responsible about it. Like I've had a partner that we were hooking up for a while. Then they like stopped talking to me for like a month. Finally, I caught up with them. And I was like, yo, what's going on? And they were like, oh, I can't hang out with you anymore because you'll never love me. And I was like, that is true. So I respect that. Now that does hurt me because, that means kind of on some level, like my friendship isn't enough, and that sucks. But I also am considerate of their feelings, that it must really suck to have these feelings growing for somebody that will not reciprocate them, So I respect that they need distance to like let those feelings like chill, you know what I mean? But it's just, sometimes they just can't really control what's going on with them. And I've had other partners that really lash out selfishly, and I know they're in pain, so I try not to take it personally, but I've had them say some of those things that I've talked about in previous videos. Oh, you're a robot, or, you're a fucking psychopath, you're, sociopath. Like, oh, I've heard all the names, and it can be very hurtful, but I know that they're hurting. And so they're just like struggling to really understand the situation. And I try not to hold it against them. I'll take whatever responsibility that might be on me. I know I can be a bad communicator sometimes. I can be really bad at texting, and I've owned that. But I'm not gonna lay down and like let somebody belittle me or say things that are untrue either. But it also isn't really helpful to be like, hey, I told you what it was from the beginning, so get your shit together. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be mean about it. Like, they really, you can't control your emotions. Like, even though I don't feel romantic attraction, other emotions, you can't control how you feel about a situation. So if a person ends up falling for me that I've been involved with, whatever, like, I do my best to put myself in their shoes and understand and, just kind of accept their frustration and just try, see if the friendship is salvageable. And if not, I've also had to just walk away and be like, hey, like, I'm sorry that you're hurting. I obviously hope that I never intended for that to happen. That was clearly never my intention. I did everything I could to make sure that wasn't going to happen by letting you know what my intentions and capabilities were. And I'm sorry that you're hurting. If there's anything I can do to make you feel better, and that's really all you can do. So it can be very difficult to navigate if you're dating allo-romantic people. So just be cautious and openly communicate often. Sometimes you can date allo-romantic people that are cool. Like, honestly, I always consider myself kind of like the in-between dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had friends who, like, they'd be, like, in a relationship, and that's cool. And then, like, they get out of a relationship and they're single. Or, that's when we meet, and shit's popping, and, things are going on. We're casual. They understand it's casual. There's, like, nothing, no expectations. Everything's cool. We're hooking up and whatever. Then they get a boyfriend. Cool. They got a boyfriend. Like, as far as I'm concerned, we're still friends. So I would still like to be able to talk to them, but I'm also not going to cause no drama. If they need some space to, like, let things chill with me so that they can set things up properly with their partner, that's cool. That's up to them. I hope that they still respect our friendship enough that we can still talk and be cool without the sex, but that's really up to them. And then, like, when they inevitably end up breaking up, because allo-romantic people always end up breaking up, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean that, but statistically speaking, more relationships don't last than do. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I digress. When they inevitably break up, then I'll be getting that text message like, "Hey, what's up?" You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm the in between dude, and I've always been 100% fine being the in between dude. It's just it's understood, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Because I make sure that I respect that person. I like spending time with them when we're not just having sex. It's not just booty call hookup shit. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, so it's just like a hookup or a booty call or whatever. And I'm like, it's not really that. It's, if anything, it's a friends with benefits situation. It's just, it's really whatever you want to make of it. You know what I'm saying? So you can date casually as an aromantic person, but I really can't let you guys know enough how important it is that you're open about what your expectations are, what your capabilities are, and kind of like what your no-nos are. You know what I'm saying? Like what your limitations are is really important. So I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to cover with dating as far as like casual dating. I plan on doing a video about like maintaining a relationship as an aromantic person, but we'll save that for another time because this video is getting lengthy. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, I feel like this stuff I'm not bringing up right now, but I can do another a part 2. So leave any questions you have, any experiences that you've had dating and how you feel it's gone, any concerns that you've had or had with what I'm saying. I know, aromanticism is like a relatively new thing for a lot of people. There's not a ton of information out there. So by no means am I an expert. I am very much still like learning. All of these videos are really just based on my individual experience. So please do not take this as like the end all be all of all aromantics. And if your experience isn't like mine, then you're something different. You 100% can also be aromantic and it be totally a different, different experience. I'm just doing my best to show visibility for aromanticism in general through what experiences I have experienced. So, yes, please, comments, leave any questions, reviews, anything. I love all the comments and I'm trying to bring this into a bigger platform so more and more people can find out about themselves because we know there are so many aromantic people out there finding themselves every day with so many questions, and I'm trying to provide some resource for them to find information. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the stuff. You can find me on Instagram at Nik Hampshire as well. Lead with love as a friend. Have a good day.